Hello students, today we will start a new lesson in maths, that is compound interest. In this video I will be teaching you all the examples as well as the questions, answers to the questions. Also I will be explaining you the difference between compound interest and simple interest. So let us first see the difference, what it is. Now see, we all know there are two types of interest. One is simple interest and the other is compound interest. Now simple interest you must have studied in the last year also. The formula for that is what? I is equal to PNR upon 100. P stands for principal, N is the number of years, and R stands for rate of interest. The same way for compound interest we have a formula I is equal to A minus P. Now what is simple interest? Supposingly from a bank I take rupees 100 on loan for 3 years. Okay, so how do I pay? And the rate of interest is 10. So what it is? First year, let us take in common. First year, how much it is? 100 multiplied by 10 upon 100. Because the interest is 10, the answer will come as how much? 0, 0, 0, 0 gets cancelled off, only 10. That means by the end of first year, I need to pay how much? I just need to pay 10 rupees extra on 100. Second year, again the same amount because the loan is for 3 years. Same calculations. Answer comes 10. Third year, it is 100 into 10 upon 100. The answer comes as 10. That means finally I need to pay how much? 100 which I had already taken plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, that is 30. I need to pay 130 rupees altogether. This is simple interest. It's just very simple. While doing compound interest or to find out compound interest, there's a different technique. The same amount I'll take 100 rupees, 3 years, and rate is 10%. Rate is 10%. So how I calculate is, first year 100 rupees into 10 upon 100, because 10% interest, the answer comes as 100. But for the second year now, when I'm talking about the second year, see here is the second year. Second year calculations will be not on 100, but it will be on 100 plus 10, because first year's 100 plus 10 rupees extra, that has turned to 110. So my calculations now will come on 110 multiplied by 10 upon 100. 0, 0, 0, 0 gets cancelled off. What is 11? That means at the end of second year, I have to pay 110 plus 11. For the third year, 110 plus 11 is how much? 121. 121 is the amount. For the third year, I have to pay 121 multiplied by 10 upon 100. Because 10%, 0, 0 gets cancelled off. 121 upon 10, that is 12.1. So my total addition is how much now? Final how much I need to pay is 121 plus 12.1. That comes up to how much? Just add. This simple addition also I wanted to tell you all how to add this. 121 plus 12.1. How do we add this? 121.0, because there is no number after point, but here we are having a number, and 12.1. This is addition. 1331. So my addition answer is 1331. This is the amount I need to pay into a compound interest, whereas when I was calculating my simple interest, the amount was 130. So compound interest is a higher rate. I hope this has made you clear difference between simple interest and compound interest. Usually when we take a loan, they calculate compound interest and not simple interest. For this calculations now for compound interest, in the textbook they have given us a formula wherein I is equal to amount minus principal. Principal is the amount that is given in the question, or it is the amount that we invest. What is amount? To find out amount, there is one more formula. A is equal to P 1 plus R upon 100 raised to N. This formula is a very important formula because after using this formula only we'll be able to find out amount, and once we find out amount, our interest calculations can be done, because for compound interest calculation we require amount. The formula is amount minus principal. So just learn these two formulas. The whole lesson is all about these two formulas only and how to utilize these formulas. Now let us turn to the first practice that is given in the textbook, that is practice set 14.1, the first question. In this question they have told us find the amount and the compound interest. Principal, rate and duration is given. While writing rate, this is PCPA. What does PCPA mean? PCPA is percent per annum. Percent per annum, read as PCPA. If it is 5, so 5 PCPA, 8 PCPA or 7.5% per annum. Okay, let me show the solutions for these problems. The question is principal 2000, rate 5, duration 2. This is what I've written here. Principal 2000, rate 5, N2, amount you have to find and interest you have to find. So first amount calculation has to be done. The formula for amount is P in bracket 1 plus R upon 100 raised to N. This we have already learned. Now we just need to just replace the formula with numbers here. P will be replaced by 2000. 1 comes as it is. R will be replaced by 5 because R value is 5 upon 100. It is in the formula, raised to the power of 2 because number of years is 2. Now here 2000, when it is 1, that means 1 upon 1 plus 5 upon 100. We cannot add these numbers directly because here the denominator is 1 and here the denominator is 100. So first we need to make the denominators equal. To make the denominators equal, I need to multiply this side with 100. So what I have done here, 1 into 100. If I make changes in the numerator, the same has to be made in denominator also. So multiply both numerator denominator by 100 plus 5 upon 100 comes as it is. After this we have now 1 into 100 as 100, 1 into 100 as 100 plus 5 upon 100. Both denominators are same. So I will write 2000 in bracket 100 plus 5 upon 2. 100 plus 5 is how much? 105, that is 105. I can directly use these numbers for calculations 105 and 100, but the number is very big. So I have an option here to reduce the numbers. So I have divided this 105 and 100 with 5 first. 5 2s is 10, 0 and 5 2s are 10, 5 1s are 5. So I have got the reduced number as 21 upon 20 is equal to 2000, 21 upon 20 raised to 2. Now raised to 2 means what? You can multiply it 21 into 21 or find the square of 21, or we can use one method, that is 21 upon 21 multiplied by 21 upon 21. Instead of multiplying and writing the answer, I have directly taken the numbers and then used it for reduction. 0 0 0 0 gets cancelled off, 2 1s are 2 10s are 2 1s are 2 5s are. What I am remaining here with is 5 into 21 into 21. Once you multiply these numbers, the amount comes as 2205. This is not the solution, it is just the amount that we have got. We have to still find the compound interest. Compound interest is equal to amount minus principal, that is 2250 minus 2000. The answer is 205. Always remember, when you write the answers, try to highlight these answers. Make a box to it so that the answers are highlighted. This is just a part of presentation, but I thought I'll tell you all so that you all also do it properly in the exams and score good marks. The next question is, wherein P is 5000, R is 8, N is 3, amount and interest we have to find. The same formula, P will be replaced with 5000 in bracket 1 plus 8 upon 100 raised to the power of 3 because there are N is 3, so 3 years. We have to make the denominators equal. To make them equal, multiply with 100 both the sides. So you have 100 plus 8, 100 and 100, both denominators same. So we can write 100 plus 8 upon 100, that is 108 upon 100 raised to the power of 3. I've again reduced this. Now once again reduction I've shown here. See, 108 upon 100. Divide it with 2 first. When you divide it with 2, you get the answer as 50 and 54. Since the ending is 4 and 0, you can again divide it with 2. Get the answer as 27 upon 25. So I'm using 27 upon 25 in my solution. 5000 into 27 upon 25, 27 upon 25, 27 upon 25, because 3 times. So I've written it 3 times. Reduction, 25 ones are, 25 200s are, 25 ones are, 25 8s are. So I'm having 8 into 27 into 27 into 27 upon 25, which was remaining here. This 25 comes here. One way is multiply everything and divide with 25 in this method. First multiply. After multiplying, you get the answer as 1,51,464 upon 25. After division, the answer comes as 6,298.56. That is the amount that is given. To find out interest, same formula, amount minus principal. After subtraction, we'll get the answer as 1,298.56. Once again, children, remember, while doing the subtraction, there is a point here, whereas we have no points here. So you will write 5,000.00 and here 6,298.56 minus 5,000.00, and then you will get this answer. Don't make mistakes while doing simple subtraction. Now the third question. P 4000, R is 7.5, N is 2. Formula same, replacing it with numbers, making denominator same because it is 1 upon 1. So multiplying it with 100, both the sides, you have 100 plus 7.5. That is, now addition of 100 plus 7.5. Here I am showing it, 100 plus 7.5, 0.0, 5.701. So 107.5. 107.5 upon 100 raised to the power of 2. I can reduce these numbers by dividing. So here's the division which is shown. Divide the numbers with 5 and reduce it to 4.3 upon 4. It is raised to the power of 2. So 2 times writing, 4000 into 4.3 upon 4 into 4.3 upon 4. Both these 4s can be divided with 4000. You get the answer reduced up till 250. So you have 250 multiplied by 4.3, 4.3. The amount comes as 4,622.5. That is the amount. For interest, once again, amount minus principal. After subtraction, be careful. There are decimal points. The answer for interest comes as 622.5. These were the solutions for the first 3 questions from the table. Now the next question. The next question is, Samir Rao has taken a loan of rupees 12,500 at a rate of 12% per annum for 3 years. If the interest is compounded annually, then how many rupees should he pay to clear his loan? Here they have just asked us how much amount has to be paid back. So we are just calculating amount. Principal is 12,500, rate 12, number of years 3, amount has to be calculated. Using the same formula. Now by this time you must be familiar with the formula as well as solving the sums. 12,500 in bracket 1 plus 12 upon 100. First make the denominator same by multiplying it with 100, then showing 100, 100. Adding them both, you get the answer as 112 upon 100. If you reduce this, you get the answer as 1.25. Now how? There is a trick here. Number of zeros can be directly put a point here. If there are 2 zeros, that means leave the last 2 digits from your right hand side and put point in between. So you have 1.12. Supposingly, if it was, just supposingly it was 112 point upon 10, then the answer is 10. That means leave the last number and put a 0. If there are 3 zeros, then leave the last 3 numbers and your answer will be 0.112. This is just the extra information that I am telling you all. Once you get the answer as 1.12, 1.12, 1.12, multiply the whole equation and then Get the answer as 17,561.60. That is your amount. Therefore, he pays rupees 17,561.60 to clear his loan. For the fourth question, here is the solution. Let me first read the question. The next question is, to start a business, Shalaka has taken a loan of rupees 8,000 at a rate of 10.5% per annum. After 2 years, how much compound interest will she have to pay? Now 10.5 can be written as 10.5 also. So we have used 10.5 as 10.5, principal as 8,000, number of years as 2. Amount, formula, replacing with numbers, then making the denominator same. Till here, I think this should be clear how this has come. 100 plus 10.5 will give you 110.5 upon 100 raised to the power of 2. Reducing 110.5 upon 100, we get the answer as 22.5. If you divide the equation by 5, amount is equal to 8,000 multiplied by 22.1 upon 20, multiplying 22.1 upon 20, cut both the zeros, divide the 2's by 80, get the answer as 20. After reduction, the answer comes as 20. So 20 into 22.1 into 22.1. After multiplication, the amount comes up to 9,768.2. This is the amount. Then comes the calculation part for interest. Interest is equal to amount minus principal. Subtract. The answer comes as 1,768.2. Therefore, she has to pay rupees 1,768.2. This was all about practice set 14.1. For solving in practice set 14.2, all the sums are avoided. We have to just understand the question, see which number is principal, how much is the rate of interest for how many years, and then it has to be calculated. It's the same like practice set 14.1. The only difference is everything is into numbers. From practice set 14.2, we have just question number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. The remaining are been reduced for this year. So let us start with practice set 14.2. Practice set 14.2, the first question. On the construction work of a flyover bridge, there were 320 workers initially. The number of workers were increased by 25 every year. Find the number of workers after 2 years. For this, we will write workers as principal 320, increased by, that is the rate 25%, years 2 years. Solution, the same formula. Principal will be replaced with 320 in bracket 1 upon 1 plus 25 upon 100, making denominators equal. We get the answer as 125 upon 100 raised to the power of 2. I can reduce this number 125 by 100 by dividing it with 25. 25 5s and 25 4s. So I am getting 5 upon 4. Next is 320 multiplied by 5 upon 4 raised to the power of 2. 2 means 2 times I have to write. After that, reduction, dividing it with 4, answer comes as 80. Then with next 4, that answer comes as 20. So 20 into 5 into 5. After multiplying the amount as 500. So 500 workers will be there after 2 years. This is the solution for the first question. Now let's see the second question. A shepherd has 200 sheep with him. Find the number of sheep with him after 3 years if the increase in number of sheep is 8% every year. That means earlier the shepherd had 200 sheep. It later increased by 8% in 3 years. So now we have to find out in those 3 years, at the end of 3 years, how many sheep did he had. Once again, we will use the same formula. Sheep is 200, that is your principal as 2, years 3, n as 3, increase rate 8, so r is your 8%. Same formula, a is equal to p in bracket 1 plus r upon 100, replacing it with numbers, making the denominators equal. After reduction, the answer comes as 27 upon 25. So now I am having a is equal to 200 in bracket 27 upon 25 raised to the power of 3. 3 means writing it 3 times. 25, after that I will divide 200 and 25. 25 ones and 25 eights are. Multiply 8 into 27 into 20 into 27 and divide it with 625. From where is the 625 come? 25 and 25 625. Divide this, you get the answer as 251.94. Now since we are calculating sheep cannot be in point. So we are rounding of this number 94 as 52. This 251 will turn to 252. So the answer is 252. We'll write the final statement. Therefore the number of sheep with him will be 252. After this, let's see the third sum. In a forest there are 40,000 trees. Find the expected number of trees after 3 years if the objective is to increase the number at the rate of 5% per year. In a forest there are 40,000 trees. They want to increase the number of trees by 5% in 3 years. So we have to find out how many trees they need to plant in those 3 years, or what is the total count of trees in those 3 years. So we'll write P, number of trees initially, that is 40,000, rate R, the rate of interest 5% per annum, and the duration is of 3 years. Same formula, same replacement with numbers, making the denominators same, adding them, reducing it by dividing it with 5, we get the answer as 21 upon 20. So now we are having 40,000 in bracket 21 upon 20 raised to the power of 3. 3 means we need to write it 3 times. So 40,000 into 21 upon 20, 21 upon 20 and 21 upon 20. All the 3 zeros as cancelled with these 3 zeros. After that reduction, multiply this with 2 becomes 8. 8 ones are 8 fives are. So all we have is 5 into 21 into 21 into 21. Multiply, we get the answer as 46,305. Therefore we can write there would be 46,305 trees after 3 years. Let's see the fourth question now. The cost price of a machine is 2,50,000. If the rate of depreciation is 10% per year, find the depreciation in price of the machine after 2 years. Depreciation means the rate has come down. Earlier the price was for the machine was 2,50,000. After 2 years it has come down by 10%. So what is the rate that we need to find out? P 2,50,000, R 10, N 2 years. Now since this is depreciation, instead of addition we are using subtraction. Remember, whenever there is a negative sign, negative number, loss, something, we are using minus. This is the only change into the sum. Rest all comes as it is. Replacing the formula with numbers. Here in this bracket I have shown how to equalize the denominators. After subtraction, what the answer comes as 90 upon 100. This 90 upon 100 can be reduced by cutting the zeros. So we are now having with is 2,50,000 in bracket 9 upon 10 raised to the power of 2. 2 means 2 times, 0 gets cancelled. You have is 2,500 multiplied by 81 and the answer comes as 2,02,500. Depreciation in the year after 2 years. Since it is depreciation, so we are subtracting the original price, the depreciated price, and then answer is 47,500. You will write the final statement as the depreciation in the price of machine after 2 years is 47,500. This is the solution for the fourth one. Children, go through the complete video and try to understand the sums that I have explained. Now let us see the last question, fifth one. The fifth question, find the compound interest if the amount of a certain principal after 2 years is 4,036.80 at the rate of 16% per annum. Here we have to find the principal if compound interest is, if the amount given is 4,036.80. So the same formula we are using it. The numbers are just written in place of formula. Now your amount is given, so we are replacing the amount with the number. Principal we don't know, rest all the same. Making denominators same. How to make them? Multiplying with 100, then showing addition. After addition, reduction. The answer is 29 upon 25. So I have directly written here 29 upon 25. Now since we have to find P, we'll keep P on the same side. Take this 29 upon 25 on the other side. When it changes its side, it becomes a reciprocal. This becomes 25 upon 29, 25 upon 29. Why twice? Because it is raised to the power of 2. Add this, you get this number. Add these two also, you get 841 is equal to P, because we had left P on the other side only. After division, the answer comes as 3000. So you've got principal as 3000. Once you've got the principal, we can find the compound interest also. Amount minus principal. After subtraction, the answer is 1036.80. Therefore, we can write the required compound interest is rupees 1036.80. The remaining sums, that is sum number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 has been reduced for this year. But still you can practice it. This finishes the lesson. Go through the complete video, complete your notebooks properly, and then try to solve the solved examples without seeing. That will make sure that you've understood the sums properly. Thank you for today. Meet you in the next video.